lunch with Leah and little Black, who's over here resting. It's a stressful day. I will bring him up and show you later. He got fluffed up yesterday, all gussied up just for you. So today we have a lot to talk about. We have Richard Simmons, we have all the Housewives, we have all sorts of good stuff to gossip about. I don't even know where I did with my list. Here it is right here. Oh, but little politics, not much. A few questions that came in. What about today's Women's Day? And I showed up for work. Hello. Congratulations. Pat myself on the back. I'm here. Women's Day. Everyone's boycotting, but I'm here. They're not boycotting. They're making a point. And we have some interesting tweets. We should do the tweets of the week segment every week because, I mean, it's hilarious, the stuff that comes along. Maybe I'll read that one later. It's so funny, Jason. If you find it for me, that one. All right, so Richard Simmons. Where is Richard Simmons? Well, I have some inside deep throat people out in LA, and there are several things stirring about him. You know, there was a rumor a while back that his housekeeper was holding him hostage, and he didn't want to see anybody. Then there was another guy that went on a couple of radio shows that said he'd been friends of his for years, and he was over there visiting, and out of the blue, here comes the housekeeper yelling and screaming, "Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here." And then he says to Richard, "Why do I have to leave? Aren't we friends? And is this housekeeper now telling you everything you have to do?" And he goes, "Yeah, she's in charge now. You're going to have to leave." That's what some guy on the radio said. Now, my inside sources in Hollywood tell me that one of the rumors is that he had knee surgery a couple of years ago, got depressed after that, and then gained a lot of weight and doesn't want anybody to see him. Nobody really knows the real story except probably the housekeeper, and that is an interesting question. Is she keeping him under lock and key? Does she have an ulterior motive, or is she taking care of him? Does he want to be out of the spotlight? What is the real story? Well, as I find out, and I will find out, I'll be one of the first to know with my deep throat sources, I will tell you what I know when I know it. All right. Oh, and then I missed the OK Magazine party, the Oscars OK Magazine party in LA, and I'm so sorry about that. They invite me every year. This year I was going to go, but then I was sick. If you guys didn't notice, last week, oh my God, last week I was really sick, but I drank 2 cups of coffee and pretended I was all together for that little Oscar segment. Jason and James and I have laughed so hard for a week. We have peed in our pants. You have to go back and watch it. How many times did I fumble and stutter the names of these people? It was funny. I mean, I can't even get their names straight. Even when they were written down, I was saying it wrong. I don't know, maybe my Texas accent, my fucking sinus infection, my just stupidity, I don't know. I had a mental block. But I mean, we laughed so hard, we were crying every time I say a picture. Oh, here's so-and-so. It'd be some stupid name that I couldn't say right. And it was just hilariously funny. But we did get a lot of views on our Oscar program last week. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's on YouTube now. It's always on Facebook. But we critiqued everybody, what they said, what they wore, who did what. And then, of course, this group, all names on all. Does it matter what their name is really? It doesn't even really matter. I mean, what's their name? The name's Mary, the name's Sue. Does it matter? Same dress. All right. And then who saw the New York trailer? Oh, Lord. Those girls are at it again. I don't know exactly what... the Housewives in New York. I don't really know what yenta means, but I just hear it. When I used to live in Palm Beach, I used to hear them always talk about the yentas, and it was always a cackle of women gobbing and chewing on stuff and 100 miles an hour talking. And so I always think of them as like the New York yentas of Housewives. So I don't know if that's an accurate or a thing. I certainly don't mean it as an insult, but it's funny how they're just gaggling. I mean, someone said to me one time, "You should go to New York and be on that show." I was like, "Are you kidding me? I couldn't survive that show. That's the one show I wouldn't be able to get a word in." Can you imagine? I mean, these girls, I've never seen people talk so loose and so fast in all my life, and they were just hilarious. Now, of course, my favorite's always been Sonia. She'll probably always be my favorite because I think she's got such a good heart, and I just adore her. But I think they're all hilarious, and they all look really good. I mean, telling you, every year these girls look better than they did the year before. God bless them. I can't say that about every city. Just kidding.
They're all saying they can't wait for New York. Jill's back.
Oh, can't wait for New York. Okay. Oh, I heard she just had one little cameo, but I don't know. Let's see.
Holland,
London,
California. California. They want to know if you're coming back to LA for the summer.
I'll be in LA in the summer. I'll be there in spring break. I may be there even before then. I'm decorating my house there. Oh, Lord, there's so much drama going on with that. You know, I am a reality show, just no one's taping it. It's just nonstop. It's just nonstop.
So you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You know, I want to give condolences to the Giudici and Gorga families. Teresa's mother passed away. It's very sad, and, you know, she was always so sweet, and, you know, you could tell all the drama and stress affected them, and, you know, I just felt so bad that it happened when Joe's away and in jail, and someone tweeted me and said, do you think Joe will get to go to the funeral? Like, are you kidding me? The Board of Prisons won't let you out if you're dying. They're not going to let you out for a funeral. They're horrible. And I've seen situations where Jason's laughing. I mean, it's not even funny, but it's true. Where Roy's had a client that was so sick, they strapped his legs to the bed so tight in the hospital with the prison that his legs were turning red and his arms were turning red. And I went up to the judge when I saw her one night in South Beach. I said, hey, my gosh, I've got to tell you, you're not going to believe this client. He's in the hospital and they've got his legs strapped so hard to the bed that his feet are swollen and they're really red and everything. And she laughs at me and says, oh, the Board of Prisons, they get carried away, don't they? I'm like, oh my God, this guy's going to have his legs amputated or his feet amputated because they're so strapped so tight to the bed. So no, they're not going to let Joe out for the funeral. And I knew that, but apparently Melissa was there, and of course her husband. Apparently the Wakilis were out of town, and but I feel so sorry for Teresa. I mean, regardless of things you've done wrong in your life or regrets that you have, I mean, it's a horrible loss, and they were so close, and the family was so close. It's just heartbreaking. So I send them my love and my condolences, and I mean, there's just nothing you can do. You know, it's the poor little grandkids. It's just very sad. And then I hear the father's very sick too. So, you know, life takes twists and turns, and they're kind of on a downward spiral right now. Then, speaking of New Jersey, apparently, I saw on the Mr. Real Housewives, there was an article about Jacqueline not coming back. Now, I heard, independent of that, but he always does have the best scoop, the Real Mr. Housewives guy, that they had offered her so much for every time she filmed. And she said no. She wanted her salary like she got last year and like everybody gets when they do the shows, or most of the girls get. And she wasn't going to do it. And I say, good for you, Jacqueline. Good for you. In life, you're either a doormat or you're a goddess. And you will be treated the way you train your environment. And if you let them just throw you a bone, then you'll get a bone. And to be honest with you, she was the energy and the drama of the show last year. And if you think it doesn't take a stress and a toll on you 24/7 to look good, get your hair done, get your makeup done, get your clothes done, go to these events, fight with these women, go home and try to recover, and go back and fight again, and everybody's after you. If you don't think that's worth a lot of money, then it's worth a lot of money. And whatever the money number is, it's not a matter of how much she got. It's a matter of it being equitable and fair. So for me, I'm on your side, Jacqueline. You know, they should treat you equitably and fairly with your income, or why should you go and bring all that drama and make that show fabulous like you did last year? But in any event, that's just my...
Excellent advice for women in general from Tony Watts. Katie Lane said, oh my God, amazing words of wisdom, Leah.
Words of wisdom.
Susan says, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. And Raymond Graham says, Leah, you should produce your own reality show.
I should, but I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy. Where are the cameras? We should just have cameras following us everywhere and just be like a live YouTube thing or whatever they do. Streaming thing.
You for doing this.
For doing that. Oh, thank you. I love doing it. It's fun gabbing with everyone. You know, this started organically because everybody kept saying, well, we want to hear from you. Why aren't you on a show? And what's going on? And I was like, and then James goes, well, I said, let's do a YouTube channel. And then everybody pooed that. Like, oh, what do you want to do that for? And then James said, well, let's do live Facebook. I'm like, well, okay, let's do it. I don't know the difference. What's the difference? Live Facebook, this and that. I don't know. The streaming, I don't know. I'm a tech person. I don't really know. But whatever. I'm fabulous and I'm here. Then Dancing with the Stars. Apparently, Erica from Beverly Hills is going to be on there. Now she's a good one for that show. She will bring it and she'll add to the show, and she's got a big following. I figured out the Dancing with the Stars formula. It's not about whether or not you can dance, even though you have to be able to dance to some degree, and Erica can. It's really about whether you can get those votes in. And I learned that from other people that were on there that obviously couldn't dance, but they had big followings and they could get people to vote and to watch and to tune in and drive the ratings up. So anyway, congratulations, Erica. Then I hear Charo's on there. Well, you know what that says. I mean, how old is Charo? Like a few years older than me, so they're still hunting for me. I mean, there's Gucci. There's still hope for me. I might make it when I'm 85. You know, I did teach at Fred Astaire Dance Studios a while back. Not too many years back. And then, oh my God, I'm wearing all my jewelry today. Look, I just want to point it out. How come you guys go on my website and buy my jewelry? I just love my jewelry. I just love it all so much. I know I put too much on, but I think more is more. And more is more and more is better. Okay. Now, I have some Real Housewives of Miami news for you. The show that was canceled, that everyone says is coming back. Oh God, it's hilarious. I still can't get over that. Joanna Krapa, our supermodel, his movie is coming out around March 17th in Times Square. Hi, baby. You want to come over here? In Times Square. It's called You Can't Have It. It was filmed in Los Angeles. It stars Amanda Asante and some other big names. Lyle Howery was the producer. It's about, come on, baby, it's about sex and murder and, oh my God, he got all gussied up for you today. He got all groomed. And it's a sex and murder kind of film, and I hope Joanna does really good in it. I'd love for her to get an Oscar, as long as she got up and thanked me. Oh, Leah, thank you so much for just being there. And where's the damn People's Couch, Bravo? Get with the program. That's like everybody's favorite show. It costs you nothing to produce it, let's be honest. You're going to put a camera in somebody's living room? Get the show on the road. We love it. And if not, at least give the Julie and Brandy girls a show, because they're just damn hilarious. If you haven't listened to their podcast, what's it called? Gay something?
Big Gay Politics.
Big Gay Politics. Oh, it's all politics. Well, I was on there a week or two ago gabbing about politics. Oh my God, you might look it up. How would they find it if they wanted to look it up? Go under go gaypolitics.com.
Yeah, or look for Julie and Brandy
Look for Julie and Brandy podcast. And then it's on their Twitter accounts, and then look for the one with me on it, gossiping and talking about all my politics. Oh my God, I'm already up to 15 minutes. I got a stack of stuff to do. Let's talk about Atlanta Housewives. Oh my God. What is it with these girls and that whole lesbian story? Now, I have no problem with anybody's whatever. In fact, I just saw that they're having these parties in Los Angeles now, that if you think you might be a lesbian but you're not sure, you can go to these lesbian parties and experiment and decide if you're a lesbian or not. If strangers determine if you're a lesbian or not, chances are you're either not, or you know very well that you are. And can you imagine what that's like? I'm walking in, well, I'm determining if I'm a lesbian. Roll over and let me have a little light here and let's find out. I mean, it's just too much. What else can they come up with? I just find that to be hilarious. But anyway, so that's just a party going on. I'll guide up my notes here somewhere. But anyway, I just found out, when Kandi said, I like to have my fun, but I don't go too far. Well, translation, you could read a lot into that. But I think Porsha was way out of line for even bringing all that up, and then texting stuff. And Kandi brought her facts to the table that she had these texts from Porsha, and Porsha was obviously really kind of getting into it and wanting to get into the whole triangle thing. And but to accuse someone of drugging you, I mean, how far have we gone? Are we now, have the housewives gone to, what's his name, Bill Cosby level? I mean, we're going to drug you and take you to my sex dungeon? Where's that girl, the sex dungeon from Beverly Hills? Oh, what was her name? Oh my, Carlton, whatever. I mean, it's just too much. And then Phaedra sitting back, little innocent Phaedra with her prayer cloth. Fix it, Jesus. Just fix it, Jesus. She is, to me, one of my favorites. I love her. She's so hilarious. And she's just sitting there in the middle because, she and Kandi were friends for a long time. And I liked it when Kandi said, Phaedra, you know me. You know me for years. stand up for me now. And Phaedra's just sitting there like, well, I don't know. I mean, you know. Oh, you're riding the fence, girl. Get off the fence. Go get on a horse. Reminding me of the Beverly Hills show when Kyle kept saying, pick a lane, pick a lane, pick a lane, pick a lane. I'm like, okay, pick a lane, my lane. And then,
a couple questions.
Okay.
They want to know which city you want to see it happen next.
What city do I want to see next?
Yes.
None. There are too many. I can't keep up with them all. I can't keep up with any more. Apparently, there's a new one coming out in Toronto now.
Yes.
Oh my God, I can't follow them all. There are plenty Housewives. This is like getting contagious. It's like a multi-level marketing cult. We have enough.
Raymond Graham wants to know, since you're from Texas, do you have any scoop on the Dallas Housewives? He said he lives in Dallas, and I think only one actually lived here. He said the suburbs of Dallas are so not Dallas.
Well, see, I lived in Dallas for a long time, right off of Beltway Drive. I had my office, and then I lived in Addison for a while. And you're right, it's not. There's Dallas proper, and then there's Plano and Irving and all these places, including Fort Worth, and it's not really cosmopolitan Dallas. So I get what you're saying, and I get your point. Oh, Jeff Lewis says he can't take me seriously with this little dog on my shoulder. I'm like, well, did you ever take me seriously anyway, Jeff? But anyway, yeah, so I haven't watched that show. I just can't watch one more. I can't. But I'd love to produce that show. Can you imagine? I'd be going out and getting all those girls together and oh my God. Okay. Now, then I watch, we're behind a week because we did the Oscar special, which if you didn't see it, you better get on YouTube and watch it. But on Beverly Hills last week, I got into a whole thing with Ken crying over those dogs. Oh my God, that broke my heart because I feel the same way. And at least they were so upset. I do think they're genuinely sincere about, helping animals. So that was really good. But then we went to the Let Me Eat Cake party with Carney Williams. And oh my God, and then the Lisa apology. And then, oh my Lord, I mean, that escalated, and I just loved every second of it. I loved it when Eileen said, I love the caviar. I'm like, you're my girl. I loved it when Forrest Gump Lisa stumbled back into some more drama and then dug herself out of that hole again. And she really is the energy of the show. Last year and this year, Lisa Rinna has been the energy of the show. I mean, Erica brought some new, kind of fresh blood. It was refreshing to the show. But as far as the energy of the drama, the source of the drama, that Lisa Rinna, and I just think she just like Forrest Gump. She just keeps stumbling into it and then digs herself out. Poor thing. But anyway, so that was that.
They want to know if you were watching People Last.
If I was watching what?
Watch This Is Us.
I haven't watched This Is Us, but I've heard it was really good. I can't watch everything. I have to be me. Let's see. What was I going to tell you about that? I did that one. Oh, questions that came in from someone named Katie. Katie, I have questions. You can decide if you like any. Well, I'm just going to read them. I don't know. I haven't read them yet, so you're going to read them with me. They print this stuff and hand it to me. I just talk. My brain and my thought bubble. How are you so confident? I'm not. I don't know any better. If I knew any better, I wouldn't do all the stuff I do. I'd be like, I can't do that, so I just do it. And then I figure it out. I just jump in and dig myself out of the hole. What inspired you to be a philanthropist? Well, it's funny. I've had several readings over the years. My astrological chart. Oh, the dog's hopping down. I've had all the, oh, he's going to eat the pillow. Do not eat anything. And in my life this time around, according to several astrologists and psychics and charts I've had done, is I'm really a humanitarian. Who knew? But I can't help myself, I just can't help myself. When I see someone that, is like down and out and needs help, like I just get myself sucked in, and then before you know it, I've got like a few people I'm helping at any given time. But I'm really not as much a philanthropist as I am a fundraiser. I don't like it when people raise money and then say they're giving it. When we have our big charity gala, which you can look it up, theblacksannualgala.com, I raise the money. I get all my rich friends to give me their money that they would be buying for shoes or airplanes or cars, and then I give it to people that need the money. I, of course, donate, and I support the charity, and I mean, Jason says I spend far more than I think I do, because I pay for everything half the time, but a philanthropist is someone that has a lot of money that gives a lot of money. I'm a fundraiser. I get in the trenches and I raise the money, other people's money, and then I give it to people that need it. So I consider myself more of a working class girl. Not high society. Okay, I'm pretty blonde and in Vegas. Where would you suggest I meet a rich, successful man? LOL. Try jury duty. I don't know. Oh my God, it worked for me. I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to think about that one. I'm not good at that. Best advice to give to my 25-year-old self. Oh my God, stop doing everything for everybody else and do something for yourself so when you're 90 like I am, you'll have something to show for it. Oh my God, we're at 20 minutes.
What is your best advice for women starting their own business?
Oh, my best advice for women starting their own business: don't. No. You know what? You better do your homework and be prepared because it's not easy. If it were easy, everybody'd be doing it. Speaking of, today is what? National Women's Day, International Women's Day. It started in 1909 in New York by a Socialist Party of America. Can you believe America celebrating anything socialist? And today, women were asked to stay home, not spend any money. Well, I know women that can stay home, but they'll still be spending money on their credit card. Show their power and unity, the anti-sexism and anti-discrimination. Well, let's just say, let me go to this first. If you recall, about a week or two ago, Elizabeth Warren was speaking to the Senate, and she was reading a letter from Loretta Scott King, Martin Luther King's wife, that was years old, an old letter. And one of the people in the Senate told her basically to sit down and shut up. And then the phrase started, nevertheless, she persisted. She kept talking, and she got it backfired. Then everybody knew what was in the Loretta Scott King letter because they shut her up. And so the trend started, nevertheless, she persisted. Now, apparently, this is now a tattoo. A lot of these feminists are getting this tattoo that is saying, nevertheless, she persisted. Speaking of tattoos, what is it with these girls with these tattoos? I turn around, I'm on one of the shows, and I see that girl's got one on her back shoulder, she's got one here, she's got them on her arm. I mean, what is this, Tattoo City? But anyway, so nevertheless, she persisted, became a tattoo amongst feminists, and I guess women that don't want to be told to sit down and shut up. And so today, you're going to like this. This is just too hilarious. Trump sent out a tweet. Oh, well, before we do that, the earliest Women's Day observation was in February of 1909. And in the capital, oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, on March the 8th, in the capital of the Russian Empire, a demonstration of women textile workers began covering the whole city. And that was the beginning of the Russian Revolution. Wow, so now I know why Trump tweeted. They said the word Russia. There you go. And the government granted the women the rights to vote. So March the 8th was declared the national holiday in the Soviet Union in 1917, and it's celebrated primarily by the socialist movement in the communist countries until it was adopted in 1975 by the United Nations. So now it's a worldwide thing that today is Women's Day. I mean, International Women's Day. Here we are, and I'm working. You see what a stiff I am? But anyway, so Trump sends out a tweet. It's just hilarious. Where is that tweet? He goes, I have tremendous respect for women and the many roles that they serve and are a vital fabric of our society and economy. On International Women's Day, join me in honoring the critical role of women here in America and around the world. Well, first off, my first reaction was, who wrote that for you? You didn't write that. Who's got access to your Twitter account? There weren't any misspellings, and it was two coherent sentences. and it took the high road, so we knew he didn't write it, but it backfired. And I am telling you, I have laughed so hard at some of these tweets. Oh, my God. Now, I don't care if you like Trump or not. You've got to give credit where people are creative. You don't get to go and talk about, grabbing the pee and, telling women in the Senate to sit down and shut up and then pretend you're like a women's advocate. So it backfired. So people said, how many staffers did it take to convince you to tweet this out and not a picture of Hooters? And then here's another one. This one says, then don't grab them by the pee or the titty, darling. Oh, my God. Another one tweeted Donald back saying, by separating mothers and children, just not at airports at the Mexico border, saying that's how you respect women. When women and children are crossing together into the United States, they're separated by U.S. authorities under proposal being presented by you. And then how do you start a sentence with I on International Women's Day? Everything's about him. Don't you know that by now? Hopefully not by grabbing them anywhere. And going on a limb here, you didn't write this one, did you? Let's see. Be specific. Elaborate on a critical role and what it personally means to you. You have lost all credibility, especially in this area. How about respecting women by respecting their reproductive health choices, their health, and their own rights? How about nominating a female Supreme Court justice? Is this a joke? I wouldn't call grabbing them by the pee as honoring them, but maybe that's just me. I'm not grabbing the idea. Confusing. They don't like to be grabbed by the genitals regardless of what you think. And then you're saying, are you asking us to honor women the day that you insult her as you insult them daily and dishonor them daily? And there were many more. I'll leave you with one more. Your commenting on International Women's Day has to be your most hypocritical tweet ever. Don't worry, he didn't tweet it. Somebody else did. Let's see where we're at. Oh my God, we're out of time. Oh, well, I just will say this. To me, one of the worst things that he has done is getting rid of that trans bathroom, gender bathroom protection for teenagers. I mean, why should teenagers be brought into all this political nonsense? They're kids. It's ridiculous. I have so much more gossip from TMZ. I had gossip about Rihanna. I had gossip about Gina Davis and her new movement. Simon Cowell broke into his house. He was robbed. I had some stuff about health and beauty tips and whatnot. I'll leave you with this. What 9 things successful people do before falling asleep. 1, they read. What do you read? Oh, sweet, you're eating the price tag. Look at this. He's eating the price tag on one of our pillows. Sweetie. They read 9 successful things people do before falling asleep. There were many more. I listed 9. Read. They make a to-do list. They spend time with their family. They reflect on the day. They meditate. They get enough sleep with consistent hours. Oh, I'm horrible about that. They disconnect from work. And they lie down on a positive note. And they picture tomorrow's success. I'll just leave you with that. But did we have fun today? What else? Kyle, I've got your hat right there. Kyle Clark from Illinois is sending us a hat. We're gonna don't show it. We're gonna surprise him, right? Should we surprise him? So next week I'm gonna wear your hat because you said it's your birthday, which means you're a Pisces. You know we love you. I'm a Pisces with a Leo rising, just so you know. I just found that out. And so now, happy birthday, Colin. Thank you for sending the glamorous, fabulous hat. And I forgot to mention it, but we're going to wear it next week on your birthday. So I have so much more to tell you, but we ran out of time. I mean, I wish we could go for 5 hours. I could just talk nonstop. So thanks, guys. Yeah, see you next week. Oh, Tara says hello. Jose. Okay, Jose. Oh, okay, Jose Taro. Listen, go, and I want you to share this with your friends. Get them to tune in on Wednesdays and get them to go look at my Facebook and my YouTube because I didn't know this. You can watch this on YouTube or you can watch this on Facebook. But so we're on several different platforms. What did I know? So, we had our biggest week with 60,000 people watching. So I want to build that up so that we can get more gossip going amongst more people and talk more trash to more people. So say goodbye,